Can you beat Pokemon Emerald with Red's manga team? Red. We know him and we love him. There are many counterparts, but the one that doesn't get as much love is the manga version. And it's kind of shocking since he's got a pretty solid team. I've taken him through not only Kanto, but the Johto League as well, to see how his team really stacks up. Continuing that journey, today is the day I take him through the Hoenn League, to see if he's a product of his time, or if he's still the silent stud we all love. Minus the silence since he talks in the manga. A lot, might I add. With all that being said, and looking at the timer for this challenge, your sweet Arceus, that's a long time, we're going to be here for a while guys. Let's quickly explain the rules and then begin the challenge. I must beat Pokemon Emerald using Red's manga team with the same moves he used up until this point. This is pretty easy to follow because thankfully there's a wiki here and he stops learning moves after Emerald, so everything you see here is fair game. Number 2, level 50 max. If a Pokemon goes over that level, I can't use them for the rest of the challenge. Number 3, no items in battle, including hold since Red doesn't use any. Number 4, set matches, meaning no switching to counter my opponent unless I switch and waste a turn. Number 5, Pokemon gender abilities must be identical. Number 6, I may add in moves if I have a reasonable reason to do so, which I will explain when I do so. Number 7, Pokemon will be added in the game that aren't in the game by looking at their Pokédex number in the game they were introduced. And whichever Pokemon matches it in the regional dex for Emerald will be when I can add it to my team. Number 8, Pokemon will be named the same name that they were named during the manga.
Number 10, I do not care what you say. Ditto. You will accept
Number 20,
it because this is a very long challenge.
Number 100.
Number 8,
Eevee.
Pokemon
will be named the same name
that they were named during the manga.
Eevee. All complaints may be left in the comment section below. And number X, if you wish to provide support for a man who's stuck on the YouTube grind, please consider subscribing and harassing me with trainer suggestions so I may lose my mind and become a content farm for you good people. Lastly, no Pokemon was severely injured by my standards, which is severely low by the way, in the making of this video. Now I've read the legal documents. Now I've read the rules, let the challenge begin. Damn, I need a drink. So, Red's first Pokemon is Poli, but I'm going to give him Bulbasaur as well once I beat the rival anyway. Now, the problem that plagues every run in Emerald, I can't use any attacking moves because Poli doesn't know Bubble. He knows Water Gun. You know, it's not like I could just, put some soap in his mouth and use Bubble. No, we got to play the hard game, so I'm going to have to struggle grind till I learn it, and then I can beat May's Trico. Ah yes, the joys of wasting my time. It's got a certain charm to it. If you're in all honesty curious of how I do this, basically I use Bubble, waste a PP, then we use Struggle. I can't do anything about the first battle because Bubble's my only move, so this is the only way to get around that. Finally, after learning Water Gun and giving May a battle, you're kidding me, right? I gave her the wrong starter. After I went through all that grinding as well. Right, well, I'm not doing that again, so we'll just have to face a weak May. To be honest, I'm getting a Bulbasaur after this match, so it wouldn't have mattered in the long run, but I'm kind of still annoyed. So after getting Bulbasaur, I realised Pikachu is in the game, at the Safari Zone, to be exact. So it makes sense to wait till then before I get Pikachu. It's kind of annoying because I plan to use him early on because his move pool is pretty busted. It's a shame his stats don't live up to them, but it shouldn't matter since I'm confident in this team. So, Saw has learned 2 grass moves, Vine Whip and Leech Seed. With this, I'm going to give Roxanne a go. I doubt she'll be a challenge. In fact, I'm so confident, I'm not even going to bother restoring my PP because there's just no need. It's a one-shot for Geodude number 1, which means it's a one-shot for Geodude number 2, leaving us Nosepass. I honestly could switch to Poly since Water Gun will do an extra 2 damage. Why do I know that? Because I did the maths. But I want Sword to get the EXP since I'm going to be relying on him more throughout this run until I get past Watson. Anyway, Leech Seed since I'm out of Vine Whips. I just keep going with Tackle. Could you imagine how boring this would be watching this in normal time? Even for the trainers, they would probably just quit the match midway. I know I would. But yes, finally Roxanne is beaten, which means we can make our way to the next battle. But before that, I do manage to get Poison Powder and Sleep Powder. Poison Powder could be useful, but I prefer my Leech Seed Sleep Powder cheese. It's still a debate if I'm going to get cut or not. For now, Poison Powder can be forgotten. Right, May, our rival. Why face her despite being an optional battle? Because I want EXP. Have you not been paying attention? I just said that.
Stop the cap.
So I'm going to show off the strategy that I plan to use with Bulbasaur. Leech Seed Sleep Powder. It's a dirty tactic, but since Red is arguably the best trainer, I don't see any reason as to why I shouldn't do this. He would have done it. Even against Torchic, this works, and I'm hoping to use this for the Elite Four if I run into any trainers that I get stuck on. Foreshadowing. Next, I make my way to Dewford City. While I'm here, I can pick up the Old Rod. Gara is on Red's team, aka Water Onyx, so I'm going to get one now so I can train it. Now, you might be asking yourself, why do I keep failing to catch anything? Well, that's because Turbo is on, and I'm too lazy and stubborn to turn it off and catch it normally like a real person would do. So I just randomly press the button till I eventually catch something, and after 6 attempts, I managed to get a Magikarp. That happens to be female, of course. Let's just skip to Broly for now. Anyway, Broly. So, Broly is an interesting one. I know for a fact that if I let him attack me, I've lost, since he does so much damage. But my best approach is my only approach, and that is being a toxic trainer without using the move Toxic. I can do this no problem up until his last Pokemon. The reason is because he's got potions and he always likes to use them at the end, which means I'm going to come close to running out of PP. I probably could have done this earlier, but I did want Magikarp to gain the XP, so I switched him in. And then Poly back in, which led to Poly getting knocked out. I go back to Saw, because I have no choice, and now I need to make sure he doesn't attack because I won't survive many hits. Thankfully, everything goes to plan, and I beat Broly, meaning we can make our way to the next gym. Also, I let Saw evolve into Ivysaur. Oh, that's why he called it Saw. Clever. So, I run into May, and this should be an easy win. So we go for Razor Leaf on the Wingull, and yeah, it almost knocks it out, but the tackle finishes it off. Combuskin is next, and we go for Sleep Powder, because if I don't, I've lost. I use Leech Seed to be safe, get hit by Ember, and yeah, I need to switch out to Gara. I do that so that, you know, when I next come in, I can gain a bit of life for Ivysaur, but I can also stall. Tell a lie, I done that because I want EXP. What is wrong with me? Anyway, ignoring that little, blunder, we knock it out with Poly. Oh, it went better than I thought. I don't know why I thought I lost. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to switch to Saw for the Lombre. I then make a stupid mistake. I go for Leech Seed, forgetting it doesn't work on grass types. I then go for Sleep Powder, which I miss. I get the second one off whilst I'm on 10 HP, and then I just go for Razor Leaf, and when I realise the damage, I feel like an idiot. If I just used 2 Razor Leafs, I would have won that. So now Poly comes out, and yeah, I think I accidentally lost. That's pretty embarrassing if I'm being honest. Right, so we go back in for a second go. Razor Leaf right off the bat. You know what? It's all the same. Razor Leaf, switch to Poly for the Combustion this time, rather than risk trying to put it to sleep and Leech Seed it. Go for the Water... Yeah, sure, why not? Go back to Soar, and we're going to go for Sleep Powder. Oh, come on, you're having a laugh. Okay, yes, we got Sleep Powder. I'm not a bad trainer. So now we go for the Leech Seed. We get it on the Combustion. So as long as... I think this game just hates me with all the misses. So we go for Tackle. We go for another Tackle. And we knock out the Combustion. A Lombre comes out. We go for Razor Leaf. Get a crit. Go for another Razor Leaf. Getting us the win. There we go. That is how it should have went the first time. So, May was beaten. No trouble. I get Double Slap, which is nice. It's always good to have a bit more options. And now I'm going to level my team up since Watson is going to be a nightmare. So I got Gara to evolve, which is great. But I'm pretty certain I'm still going to lose against Watson. So I'm going to have to just train both him and Holy so that they can actually contribute a little bit more to the fight. Right, I'm confident I've lost here, but this is as good as any level to try. So we start off with Ivysaur. I get paralyzed, which isn't good. So, I mean, at least Shockwave doesn't do much damage. And neither does Spark, so that's always good. We go for Sleep Powder, and I'm going to use Leech Seed. And I do keep getting paralyzed. Eventually I get the Leech Seed off, which I was just tempted to go for Razor Leaf, but I want my HP back. And even though it's a little bit, oh, I used the Super Potion. Okay, no, that's pretty good. Now we get all our HP back, which means we should be ready to deal with the next two Pokemon, or next three. Now I start with Leech Seed again, and yes, now I've got Leech Seed on. I think it's just a safer option to keep using Sleep Powder. Okay, this is really annoying. This is taking longer than it probably should have, just because I'm paralyzed. But yeah, once I get it off, I go for Razor Leaf. Okay, I go for Razor Leaf. Yeah, not paralyzed this time. Good. So yes, we've knocked out two Pokemon. I can actually learn Sweet Scent, but I think it's kind of a useless move. Yeah, it's kind of a useless move. There's really no reason to do it. It reduces the opponent's evasion, which I suppose is good if you really want to hit them, but I don't see the point. We use Leech Seed on the Magneton. Magneton can do some serious damage. It uses Supersonic, which is good, I suppose. And now, because I'm paralyzed and confused, it's just my Leech Seed doing all the work. Yeah, as you can see, I'm hitting myself. I'm not doing anything. I'm missing my attacks. I'm gonna win just off of Leech Seed. I get a Razor Leaf off, which is good, and Leech Seed knocks out the Magneton. Right, so Manset Trick can knock me out, no issue. But we got Leech Seed on. It's used Howl. It's wasting its time. Could have just knocked me out. And I'm pretty sure I would have lost there, so yeah. Huh. Maybe Saw is just a bit too strong. Who's up next? Flannery. Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. Levels are going to be needed there. I do learn Dragon Rage, which is good. Poly evolves into Poliwell. Look, guys, I tried my best to keep my level low for Flannery, but since I only got 3 Pokemon, my hands are kind of tied here. I mean, at least we know it's going to be a quick match. Yeah, see, I mean, Sunny Day, at least that, delayed it a bit. But yeah, Torkoal is out, and damn, that was weak. Okay, well, let's give Gara a go and give him a bit of action. So Overheat's kind of screwed him over a bit. So let's see how much Dragon Rage does. Okay, no, Dragon Rage is good damage, but Attract is not good, so I have to switch again. Body Slam, okay, we'll go for Water Gun. Overheat, that knocks out my Poly. Huh. Okay. Okay, this is not good. I might actually lose to the Torkoal. Oh my goodness, please. Yeah, should I switch? I need a switch. I'm gonna go Saw. He'll probably one-tap me. Oh my goodness, how much potions does this woman have? Okay, we'll go for Leech Seed. Get hit by Overheat. Oh dear, that's a lot of damage. Alright, maybe Sleep Powder. Good, let's stall. Let's just stall this out because I need a Dragon Rage to kind of knock him out. I think I might lose to Flannery despite having 2 water Pokemon. Yeah. Okay. I thought he was knocked out. Yeah, so she got me with a trap, but Leech Seed finished it off. And yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, so we had a bit of a boss battle going on there. I'm going to be honest, if I didn't have Dragon Rage, that would have been impossible, so I think the levels were justified in the end. Who knew? So, Norman is next, and this will be interesting. His Pokemon are a similar level, and I don't have much moves. But, we'll see how it goes. Because, yeah, I got no other choice. I'm kind of bricked otherwise. So we'll start with Poli against Spinder. Spinder goes for Psybeam, and I do get confused because RNG hates me, despite the fact that I actually did get a hit, and then I hit myself the next turn. Yeah, hates me. So we go for Water Gun, just keep spamming that. The only moves I've got are Double Slap and Water Gun, and because Water Gun gives me a stab boost, it's my best option. I get confused again, and it's just a back and forth. Like, this, I can't say much here, guys. It's just Water Beam, that's a move we should learn. Anyway, Spinder's gone. Vigoroth comes out, goes for Feint Attack, and finishes off my Poli. Now I'm thinking about it, Saw might have been a better pick, but I have Saw in mind for something else, which is the reason why I didn't send it out first. I get Leech Seed on Vigoroth, and now I just have to keep Saw alive. I go for Leech Seed again because of Encore. Great. Ah, damn it. Okay, I probably should have switched. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, and if I lose, let me just tell you what the plan was. So I was going to switch out once I got Leech Seed on, go to Gara to get Intimidate on, then switch back, basically put it to sleep and just keep doing that non-stop until eventually I won because I knew he would use his potions. But yeah, I've lost this, so let's give this another go. And this time, we'll win. Right, so I'm staying similar level because I'm confident I can win. And I know if I just play a little bit better, we'll get the win this time. So Spinder comes out and I send out Saw, and we're going to go for Leech Seed straight away. Get hit by a Psybeam, which is super effective. I go for Sleep Powder, put Spinder to sleep, and now we're going to drain your life away whilst I hit you with Razor Leaf. I'm thinking about switching to Gara, but I do have a change of heart and decide to stay in this time. I'm going to knock it out, and then once I knock it out, Vigoroth comes out, and we're going for Leech Seed off the bat. This time, I'm going to just stick with oh, for crying out loud. I got hit by Encore again, so now I'm going to switch rather than stay in. To be honest, I probably wasn't paying attention when I got hit by the first Encore, and that's the reason why I didn't switch out. But yeah, this time I switched to Poli whilst the Leech Seed is on Vigoroth, which is good, because now, as we go back and forth, I managed to knock it out, which makes a massive difference. Linoon comes out, finishes off my Poli. By the way, Linoon used to be one of my favourite Pokemon. And now I'm going for Leech Seed on the Linoon. I'm basically playing as smart as possible here. I'm going for Sleep Powder to put it back to sleep. Why am I even commenting about any of this? Oh, come on, you're joking. You're joking. The amount of flinches I got hit by, that's ridiculous. Right, we're switching to Gara. Anyway, we're going to go Dragon Rage because that knocks it out. But the point I was making here is, it's literally the same thing every match almost. Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, Saw. So, yeah, there's... Anyway, getting back to the battle. Gara is doing very well. Linoon keeps hitting up with the potions, which means Slacking's not going to have any, which is better for me. We knock out the Linoon finally, and now Slacking comes out. And this is the reason I wanted Saw for last. Because we can get a Sleep Powder off, then we go for Leech Seed. If he wakes up, we are kind of screwed at this moment in time. And, oh my goodness, yeah, see, he wasted the turn. Now we're going to put him back to sleep. Oh my goodness, 5 HP. Okay, yes. We're still in this game. Citrus Berry, it literally is now just a suspense match. Do I win? Do I lose? Do I win? Do I lose? So I win, and Norman loses because of a crit. And yeah, with that, we beat Norman. That was actually a very, very good match. I won't deny that. Despite the fact that, you know, it was mostly the same thing you've seen before. And getting 3 flinches in a row is seriously crazy. But yeah, it's a good showing for Red's team. And with that, we can now grab ourselves Surf, which I will teach to Gara. So I get Surf and I teach that to Gara. Also, I go onto the Haunted Pirate ship and grab Ice Beam to teach to Poli. Next gym leader is a flying type, so GG Winona. I'll be coming back here later when I get Dive so I can grab the Water Stone for Poli to evolve. Oh, and I just realised Saw learns no more moves, so I'm going to evolve him into his final form, Ivysaur. Venusaur. Ivysaur evolves into Venusaur. Oh, I got Cast Form. That means I can go to my next Pokemon, Aerodactyl, and put him onto my team. But before I do that, let's just quickly beat May, the rival. Because, why not? And yeah, I don't think this is going to be much of a challenge at this point. I think I'm, just 100 times better than her now. So she starts with Pelipper. Great Pokemon, by the way. I go for Ice Beam. I'm hoping for forget a Freeze now. She's used Mist. And I just get hit by Wing Attack. Thankfully, I'm not Poliwrath, or I would be in danger there. She just spams Protect because, this is a little rant I have. In Gen 1, we all joke about how bad the AI is. It will spam X Defends or some rubbish and just, it's nonsensical. In Gen 3, I've found the most nonsensical thing they do is spam Protect. Like, there are some trainers who use Protect 8 times in a row. What are you doing? This doesn't do anything, and when it fails, I just hit you. But yeah, with all this being said, May kind of got rolled by my Poli. So yeah, GG May. Just foreshadowing what's going to happen to Winona when it gets her. Right, so now May is beaten, we can make our way to the next gym leader. But as I did mention before, let us grab ourselves Aerodactyl. Also, I find it funny how he doesn't learn any rock moves, but now I've got him, I'm going to deal with Winona first. Right, so Winona sends out Swablu and I send out my Gara. I hit with Intimidate and then go straight for Dragon Rage. Perishong. So yeah, I get hit by Perishong, and I hope nobody thinks I'm being offensive there. Anyway, I get hit by Perishong, and that means I have to switch Gara out. I go to Aerodactyl, and he knows Fly. So, because he knows Fly, we're going to abuse it on Tropius. Supersonic on the Tropius as well, and it regains its health, which is fine, but if I just keep hitting it with Fly, eventually I should win. I just don't want to get hit by a Solar Beam if it has it, which it possibly... Okay, there we go. So, yes, once the Sunny Day goes, she'll use Sunny Day again, and then when she does that, I should be able to get 2 flies off. I do get hit by a Solar Beam, but it's not as big damage as I thought it would be. And yeah, this is just a back and forth. Hopefully I just get a crit. Okay, well there we go. We got a knockout on the Tropius. Pelipper is up next. For Pelipper, I'm going to just switch to Saw. Yes, it has Wing Attack, but I would rather... Oh, probably Aerial Ace. But I would rather just knock it out with Razor Leaf because it does a good amount of damage. I get confused, get hit by the Aerial Ace. She wastes his time using Protect. Actually, let me stop there. Supersonic Protect, that is a good use of Protect. Okay, that is a use of Protect. Anyway, I switched to Poli for the Altaria. 4 times weakness to Ice Beam. And we're seeing it right there. It doesn't knock out, but a second one will if I don't get hit by a high roll Earthquake, which I did not. Now up is going to be the Skarmory, and Skarmory is probably going to be the big challenge here. So I switch to get Intimidate off. I go for Dragon Rage, get hit by a Sand Attack, miss, get hit by an Aero Ace, hit again, get hit by that, use Bite. Don't know why I wanted to Bite Steel. Go for Dragon Rage again. If I lose because I used Bite, I'm going to be very annoyed. I swear if I lose because I used Bite, I'm going to be very annoyed. Yes, I know that was stupid. We're all thinking it. Okay, good. We've knocked out the Skarmory and we win. And yeah, that is Winona done. And you know what that means? I can go and get Pikachu and add him to our team in the Safari Zone. So I go into Safari Zone and catch myself a Pikachu. Now I need to get one with a Light Ball. I'm not going to bore you with that because it bored me to no end and I'm deciding to be kind. So let's just skip ahead. Enjoy. I wanna be the very best that no one ever was. Oh, and we got ourselves a Pichu with Bolt Tackle. That's a female. Great. Rolling around at the speed of sound. Okay, and it's a male. We got ourselves Pika. Finally, we have a Pika. I should have just hacked one in. That would have been faster. But no, you get to watch me suffer. You get to watch me suffer. So with that all being done, I actually should just mention I found that midway that you could just use a Pikachu. Well, Pokemon with static, and that will increase the encounter rate of Pikachu. So 50%, I believe. So we faced May the last time, and this way you don't have to see me beat May, then Winona, then go back to May again because that's just weird. But yeah, Pichu's learnt Thunderbolt too, and yeah, this is so weak. It's just weak. But yeah, we go for Volt Tackle, knock out the Tropius. Now we are going to knock out the Combustion by switching to Poli because Pichu or Pika can't do that. Forget it. In hindsight, next time just hacking a Pikachu. But yeah, we use Water Gun on the Combustion, knock that out, and now we are going for Ludicolo. And for Ludicolo, we switch to Aero. Aero's going to use Fly because that's the only move we have that's going to do much damage. Get hit by Absorb, doesn't do much because it's neutral. Knock out the Ludicolo, and now we are going to switch again. And you know what would be funny? Let's use Supersonic. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, well, Mist has made it so it's not going to work. So, actually, does it work? No, it doesn't work. Okay. Well, anyway, we got Supersonic on. Now I'm going to switch to Pika. We're going to see how much damage Volt Tackle actually does at level 20. So we go for Volt. Okay. Alright, we go for Thunderbolt. Don't know why I done that. Oh, the 1 HP. The 1 HP. But there we go. We knock out Pedipert. We'll find out Volt Tackle in a bit because I want to see how useful it really is on the recoil. But yeah, that is May dealt with. We do not have to see her ever again. And now it is time to do some shopping. Girl's getting in the way of my window shopping. So I speak to this lady who can give Pikachu Substitute, which is neat. Then I teach Hyper Beam to both Aerodactyl and Gyarados. Next on the list is to get Pichu to evolve into Pikachu. But let's just check his stats and... Ew! It's so low. Yeah, he's gonna need some work. At least his moves do a lot of damage, but... Ew. Finally, I get to Moss Deep, or whatever this place is called, which means it's time to get Staryu, so I can add Snorlax to my team. I needed a Super Rod to do this. Of course, it's really hard to do this at 4 times speed, so I'm kind of forced to go to normal speed. Now you see why I just tried to catch it normally on Turbo. After an embarrassing time of me trying to catch Staryu in the wrong area, I finally get lucky and get the catch of my life. Ta-da! A floating Snorlax found in the middle of the sea. And what would you know? It's asking for me to catch it and save it from floating away. Well, I don't mind playing their hero. And I teach him both Strength and Rest. I was thinking of giving him Toxic, but then I noticed Belly Drum was a move I could learn. Since Earthquake is going to be on my move pool, I'm probably going to give Toxic to Pikachu. Think about it. Flash, Toxic, Substitute, and Volt Tackle. Forget Thunder Wave. He has Static. Basically, I've got some choices, so I'm going to hold on to Toxic till I decide what I'm going to do with it, and we're going to make this Pikachu the most... What's a word that nobody likes? The most Geodude of Pokemon. And that sucks, we'll cut it out. Speaking of Belly Drum, I get Snore to level 15 and learn it. Right, so Tate and Liza time. I have no idea how this is going to go, but I probably will lose. Because, yeah, we're severely under-leveled, but, you know me, I like a bit of a challenge. So, I'm going for Supersonic on the Claydol and Ice Beam on the Execute, and it's not looking good. Holy gets hit by an Earthquake, which is a big amount of damage. I'm actually just hoping for a Freeze, because that's probably my best bet if I want to go somewhere with this. I'm going to go for Supersonic on the Execute as well. Go Ice Beam on Claydol, it's not good. And yeah, I've lost Poly. So I'm gonna probably try it. Sword's gonna come out. We're going to see if Razor Leaf does enough damage, but first we actually need to get rid of Exetu because it's got a Psychic move as well. So I go for Hyper Beam. It's not the big amount of damage. We do get a Confusion hit on itself. It's probably gonna heal. Yeah, it did. I thought so. Aerocon attack. Saw is my only hope. I forgot. It's weak to, well, not weak, but Earthquake does big damage too. Right, so we're running out of choices here. That my best bet is probably... Okay, I don't know why it decided to use that on Aero, but hey, I'll take it. We're trying to Leech Seed both of them, and I don't know why Leech Seed works on one Pokemon and not multiple. I mean, I understand off of balancing mechanics, but logically you should hit 2 Pokemon at once because, you know, you're shooting seeds out. They scatter. But yeah, we finally do get rid of the Exetu, which takes a while. Claydol is still in, but Claydol's not as big as an issue. Lunar Stone's a bit dangerous, but the one we don't want to deal with is Soul Rock. Soul Rock has fire moves and will destroy Saw. So we needed to at least have Lunar Stone to a weak stage so that we can knock it out. I go for Surf again, get Sleep Powder on the Soul Rock, and I lost Saw. Okay, this is probably a loss. If you're wondering why, it's because, yeah, Pika can't do nothing against them apart from poison, and I haven't put that on him yet. So, oh wow, okay. Oh, come on, no. I swear, please don't heal. Come on. Of course. Right, well, yeah. Okay, we knocked out Soul Rock. We could win this. We could have won this. No, okay. Right, we'll go for Surf again. Damage, Light Screen, Dragon Rage, and... How many potions do you kids have? This is cheating. I swear, this is cheating. If I lose, I was robbed. I was robbed. I will say it again. They Team Rocket me. Great. Now I've got to do this all again. And I got lucky, so I don't even think that's going to happen again. So, I did keep trying. I leveled them up again because it was like... Pika and Sinnoh were so under-leveled, they were useless. So I was thinking maybe that was the reason why I lost. Well, I leveled up Pika anyway. No, that's not the reason why. I mean, that is the reason why I lost, but not just those two. My whole team is under-leveled. What you saw before, that was pure luck. I was never going to get that lucky again. And I could level up, but you know I'm stubborn. I know I can win at this level. So I just kept trying. Again and again and again. And I got very annoyed. There's a reason I got annoyed. Because here's the problem. I only have 2 Pokemon here that are really useful. The rest are kind of useless here. Aerodactyl or Aero can use Supersonic, but it's mostly Gara and Saw. They're the only 2 that can do anything. So I finally came up with a plan to win. Something I probably should have done earlier. No, you know what? I'm certain I will win. And this is what we're going to do. I'm going to use Substitute to start off with. Then, as long as I don't get hit, I'm going to use Toxic. That will get rid of Execute. So I don't have to worry about Saw getting 2-shot. When that's done, I'll try for 1 on Lunar Stone, so then it's just Soul Rock or whatever left. As long as I get rid of one of the sides that the Pokemon are coming from, I'm pretty confident that they're not meant to send out another Pokemon because of that trainer's Pokemon. I might be wrong on this, but the point is, as long as I get rid of one of the rocks, ignoring the fact that Claydol's a rock, I should be able to win. And with the extra levels I have, this should be doable. Because I am getting sick and tired of seeing these stupid rocks that have eyes. Why do they have eyes? That's just wrong. But yeah, Claydol, Lunar Stone, Soul Rock, they're all annoying. Anyway, this was the final attempt. So I sent up Holy and Pika. I go for the Ice Beam and I go for Substitute. I was hoping for a freeze, did not get one, and Pika still gets knocked out because guess what? He's just too slow. Next I send out Sinnoh and he gets knocked out by a crit. You just can't make this stuff up, can you? Anyway, alright, so we don't get a freeze again. I'm going to go for one more, and I'm probably just going to go for Hyper Beam and knock out Execute. And yeah, we knock out the Execute. That is one good thing. Pony wants that Body Slam, but hey, I'm not allowed it, sadly. It's a shame. You just can't slam your body at will. But yeah, I lose Poli, which means I'm now screwed because I've only got Saw and Gara with Arrow. So I decide my best bet is probably just to go for Saw. Yes, I can get knocked out, but if I go Sleep Powder on the Lunar Stone, which worked, it means I don't have to worry and I can knock out the Claydol. I'm going for Leech Seed because 2 Leech Seeds on 2 Pokemon is crazy sustainability. And if we can get Supersonics off on them, then it's just a, stall game. And Saw excels at that. As you can see, the Leech Seed strat is kind of working. Kind of. It is working. And now that I've got Leech Seed on both of the stones, we just wait. They hurt themselves, we chip away, and that's it. I could keep talking, but there's not much else happening here. I could speed it up for you, if that helps. Yeah, I'll speed it up for you. Fast enough? Well, we can go a bit faster. How's that doing? Yeah, so, my name's T. Nah, forget small talk. Yeah. Oh, and yeah, now we finally knocked out Claydol, we can actually talk about something, because, yeah, we got Sleep Powder back on the Soul Rock. It's, Leech Seed and Dragon Rage. Leech Seed didn't work, that's a shame. Get hit by Psychic, okay, fair enough. Go back for Sleep Powder again, Dragon Rage one more time. Wait, it's using Solar Beam, right? That's for Gara, it wouldn't be for Saw. Alright, so one more for Gara, because he's going to get knocked out. If we knocked out the Soul Rock, finally beating Tate and Liza. Oh my goodness, that took so long. It's crazy how long that took to do. Right, now that's done, it is time to grab Dive. And with Dive, we can go back to my haunted mansion, haunted boat, Luigi's boat, and we can grab ourselves the Water Stone. But first, because I hate backtracking, I decided to grab Earthquake and beat Archie. After beating Archie, both him and Maxie show a young boy Armageddon. Don't know why you think this is an appropriate thing for a 10-year-old boy to see, but what do I do after seeing such a horrible sight? I decide to go underwater. That's it. My happy place. Anyway, now that I've grabbed the Water Stone and used it to evolve my Poli into Poliwrath, now my team is complete. Rayquaza comes down, says, "Shut up!" Then, when it comes to me, I say,
"Huh, neat."
Right, time for the final gym battle. This should be fun. June sends out Love Disc. I probably shouldn't have sent out Saw because I should have saw this happening. Yep, I get hit by Attract. I'm trying to get Sleep Powder off, which I did. Now it's time for the Leech Seed to get my health back, and it hits, which means as long as I switch and it stays asleep, we can set up Snor's Belly Drum. Now, this is why I wanted to put Belly Drum on Snore. Yes, he halves his HP to max out his attack, but because of Leech Seed, I get my health back, and we have rest just in case. I go for Earthquake on the Wish Cache. Yeah. Okay, well, look, guys, let's be real. I'm level 27, facing a level 41, and I'm doing crazy damage, so the strat works. I could learn Snore. Wait, can I learn Snore? I don't think I can learn Snore. Anyway, Celio comes out and knocks out the Snore. Wait, Snore. I'm confused myself. So, yeah, I'm going to send out my next Pokemon. Celio is an Ice type, so I think using Pika will probably be my better bet. Go for Substitute. Yes, he's got Toxic now, and I don't think I'm going to get a chance to do it, so I just go for Thunderbolt. It doesn't do much damage, but I do get a Paralyze. I do Paralyze it, and then I lose Pika. I send out Celio, and Celio knocks out the thingy. Right, so Kingdra comes out, so I use Leech Seed. Probably would have been better to use Sleep Powder and keep Venusaur in the game, but I didn't think I would be slower. I should have known it because it's actually quite fast, especially since I've done Silver's team in Emerald and he has a Kingdra. That will come out when I'm done with blue, green, yellow, and gold, but yeah, I'm kind of screwed. I probably should have put Mind Reader on Poly. That's still an option, but I know what I want my last move to be, so I'm not going to. Anyway, yeah, we're kind of screwed here. I don't see myself knocking out this Kingdra. I don't know why every Kingdra has to just have double team. It's such an annoying move. Like, why rest as well? You know what you're doing. You're being toxic, and that's my job. That's my Pika's job. That is cruel. So yeah, I just send out Gara. I go for Intimidate. I'm hoping at least if I hit with Dragon Rage, I might be able to do enough damage with the Leech Seed. It just keeps spamming Rest. And again, here's the thing. It's gonna run out of Rest eventually if it just keeps doing this. Or I'm gonna run out of big PP moves. But I do hit a Hyper Beam. It goes for Ice Beam. It freezes me. Leech Seed's still going crazy. Uses a Hyper Potion. Do you want to just keep playing this game? Again, Kingdra's going to run out of PP before me. I don't want to sit here just being like, oh, it's going to run out of PP. Oh, look how close it gets. Oh, look at this, look at that. Because that's kind of boring. So, I could skip ahead. Yeah, let's just speed it up. And just like that, we beat Kingdra, which means we got our final badge and we are able to go to Victory Road, which means Wally is up next. But before that, I do go get myself Dragon Claw, because it's going to be useful for Aero. And I go get Brick Break, which I forgot about, so I can use it for Poly. Time for the Wally battle, and I'm pretty confident I'm going to win here. I've even sent the wrong Pokemon out, but it doesn't matter. So Wally starts with Altaria and I send out Saw. I go for Leech Seed, it doesn't work. I'm going to switch because I really don't want to lose Saw this early on. And yeah, now I've switched, I'm going for Supersonic. Aerial Ace shouldn't do much damage. Safeguard does stop me because I'm an idiot. And then I try Dragon Claw, which doesn't do much again. What is going on here? Yeah, this is a terrible start. I just decided to switch to Poly while she has got some, well, he's got some Dragon Dancers on. Knocks out my Poly. This is disgusting. Yeah, I might lose. I'm going to send out Pika and just hope for the best. I survive an Aerial Ace. I get Toxic off. I'm going to go for Thunderbolt. I get knocked out. But now we should win. I'm going to send out Aero. And I go for Supersonic again. I'm just trying to stall while the Toxic takes its course. I need to hit. Oh, thankfully, okay, it hit itself. I hit Dragon Claw. We knock out the Altaria, which means we are still in this game. Magneton is next, and I get hit by a Thunderbolt because it's just faster than me. So, what do we do now? I decide Snore might be the better pick, but I know it's just going to get paralyzed, so I send out Snore Saw. Go for Leech Seed, get hit by a Thunderbolt, and yes, I'm getting back most of my HP. So if we can get a Sleep Powder off, which I go for next, and yep, Sleep Powder works. Right, now we got Sleep Powder off, it's time to see if we can do some damage. Razor Leaf is going to be extremely weak, that I'm debating if Tackle would be better. But because I get a stab, let's just go for it. It's not strong, but the Leech Seed is stronger. And I'm getting back HP. It's worth it because since I'm on set matches, I can't just switch Pokemon that fly. I'll take damage. And I want Saw to be in just in case Gardevoir or somebody else comes out. Because it gives me an opportunity to put them to sleep or at least hit them with Leech Seed. Speaking of Gardevoir, it comes out and uses Future Sight. Why do you have that move? I managed to seed it. I'm going to get hit by Future Sight, so I decide to switch to Gara. I'm hoping it won't be a lot of damage. I get hit by the Future Sight. It does about 42. And yeah, that's good. Now I can use Bite, and hopefully, even if I don't get flinches, it does enough damage to knock out the Gardevoir. She does go for Dragon Seed, double team. Oh my goodness. My English is all over the place. Welcome to my mind. And yes, Gardevoir is dealt with. So the next Pokemon is going to be the Delcatty. But as you noticed, I didn't put Hydro Pump on. Why did I not do that? Well, Surf is just more accurate and I get more PP for that. So I decided to just leave it alone and just stick with Surf because I rely upon too much RNG already that this just makes more sense. So yeah, Delcatty hits me with a feint attack whilst I'm asleep. I'm just hoping I'll wake up soon. I do. Go for the Hyper Beam, knock out the Delcatty. Rosalia is up next. I have to miss a turn and go for Dragon Rage because that's my best bet of doing damage. Get 2 of them off, get hit by Giga Drain. Third one knocks it out, and we beat Wally. That should not have happened. That really, really should not have happened. But hey, we won. Right, with that done, I'm going to go grab Solar Beam. And I was going to put this on, but there is another move I'm going to put on. Now, usually when I get to the Elite Four, I give them all the moves they're allowed to learn and I can customize my team. For example, Pikachu having Surf may have been a thing, but since it's red and he by all rights should be the best trainer, he doesn't get those privileges because I don't think he needs it. But he will be given one move and that's Frenzy Plant. Why, you ask? Because he had it at this point in Emerald, so it feels wrong removing it, but with that, this is my team and their moves. Underleveled? Nah, this is red we're talking about at the right level. Just enough to make this a fair run. I'm quite happy with the moves they've all got. It's a bit iffy if this will be enough PP. I probably could go get some stuff to increase it, but I've got lots of elixirs and stuff and ethers, so I should be okay here. And you know what? You decide if you think this team's good or not. I feel that red should be able to win. And I'm going to start at level 40 rather than higher. And we're going to see if we can do this from level 40 onwards. Right? Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin. Right. Sydney is up first. He starts with Mightyena. I start with Poli. Why did I not go with Aero? I forgot. But yeah, to be honest, I wanted to save him for Cacnea and Shiftry because it's a lot easier to knock them out with him rather than trying to use Poli and go for an ice move and get hit by Razor Leaf or something. But yeah, we managed to knock out his Mightyena. He knocks out my Poli. Absol versus Aero. I almost get knocked out, which did surprise me. I go for Hyper Beam and then I get knocked out. Great. I'm assuming that Absol's probably going to use a potion to heal himself up. So I need to switch to somebody who can not only survive but do some good damage. So I think I'll start off with Saw and we're just going to go for Sleep Powder. But I have a change of heart and go for Frenzy Plant for some weird reason. Frenzy Plant's an interesting move because when I do it I lose a turn. But it does such big damage that it's sometimes worth it rather than use Solar Beam and, you know, miss a turn to do the damage. But yeah, Shiftry's out. I go for Sleep Powder. Leechy doesn't work, so we can't do that. And I haven't actually got anyone who can do big damage apart from Gara. I switch to Gara, and we've got 2 choices here. Hyper Beam or Dragon Rage. I go for Dragon Rage just because it's safer than use Hyper Beam and not do as much damage as I like. And yeah, it hits me with Torment. This is annoying, man. I probably have lost actually, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, this is great. So uses Torment on Pika. Pika gets a Toxic off. This is the only way we can win this. I use Substitute to stay in the game. Hits me. Pika stays in a bit longer. Go Thunderbolt. No damage whatsoever. It hits me, which I was hoping he would do. And this should be enough damage for the poison to take its course. It's not. Well, it means I can at least use Belly Drum. I set up Belly Drum with Snore. I could go for rest, but I don't want to risk it because of the double teams. I miss. If I don't hit, I lose. I hit, I knock out the shift ray. Cacturn is next. Now I go for strength again, knocking out the Cacturn. Crawdon is next, and you know what? He wastes his time trying to set up. We knock it out. Wouldn't have mattered anyway because, again, we had Venusaur. And yeah, just like that, we beat Sydney. So yeah, I knew it. Level 40 would be too much. On a serious note, let's not play that bad again. Right, I'm going to try again, but this time play properly. And yeah, beat Phoebe at level 50 is going to be impressive if we can do that. Sorry, level 40. So yeah, this isn't easy because all her Pokemon have got no well, they've got weaknesses, but I have nothing that can, you know, do any super effective damage on them. My best bet is to really just stop them from attacking. And again, that is what Sora is meant for. We go for the Sleep Powder combo and just Razor Leaf and hope we do enough damage and waste potions. Wasting potions is probably the key thing of me winning or losing, because if they haven't got the potions, when a certain Pokemon comes out, like let's say Sableye, I then don't have to worry about it staying in and just doing damage. You will see that later on, but that is my strategy if you're thinking, oh, he's got no thought in mind. There is some thought still in this, even if I'm just hoping for RNG to be on my side. Plus PP, because I have got Ethers and Elixirs, but not an unlimited amount. So yeah, we've lost Saw, Dusclops comes out, we go for Substitute. I really wanted to try and get Toxic off, but then this was just something I did not expect. You see what's happening, right? I can just keep using Substitute to heal up and take no damage whilst they take damage. So we're chipping away at the HP. Otherwise, Pika would have lost this, like, hands down. But Pika manages to stay in just because I always have 25% of my HP to use the Substitute. True, I'm going to run low on them, but once Dusclops is low enough, we can knock it out with a Volt Tackle or Thunderbolt. So I just thought that was pretty cool. I can use one more at the moment in time, but I decided to just go for Volt Tackle. It doesn't knock it out, but that's fine because, again, would have probably healed up. And now when I switch to whoever, the Elite Seed will knock out the Dusclops, which means we have 2 Pokemon left. Bayonet comes out, I use Ice Beam, get hit by Grudge, I really want to freeze, I don't get the freeze, and I don't know why you can just keep spamming Grudge. That's just weird. Yeah, when I knock it out, I'm going to get taken out as well, but I decided to just stay in and let it happen. Why heal yourself then? You're using Grudge. If you're using Grudge, why heal yourself? Oh yes, let me use Grudge. I'm not going to... Okay, well there's why. But then why didn't you just attack me? I don't know. So yeah, now that I've lost my Poli, I go Aerodactyl. Aero goes for Fly, doesn't knock it out, which is stupid. I send out Gara. I'm pretty annoyed at this point, I can tell just from rewatching this. And because I'm so annoyed, I just send out Gara. I didn't think about, you know, maybe trying to set up my Snore, because it has got Earthquake. Oh, they're saying that. I think they may have had No, I don't think they have Levitate. I'm sure I checked. But yeah, I've just lost Gara. I send out my Snore. I'm going for Earthquake now. Hopefully it does some good damage. Okay, good. And we have just beat Phoebe. Again, starting from level 40 rather than like 46 or something. So I decided to give Glacier another try. And yeah, I have an idea of how to win this time. She starts with Celio always, so I go for Sleep Powder with Saw. It is risky because I can lose Saw early on, but if I lose Saw early on, my best bet is just restarting until I get the RNG I want. I go for the Razor Leaf. It's not as big as I thought it would be on damage, but as long as she stays asleep, it's fine. I get them to health where they heal up, which is annoying, and I go for Razor Leaf, knowing that if I go for Sleep Powder again and just keep doing what I'm doing, I should be able to knock it out this way. It means the other Celio is going to be a bit of an issue, but I have an idea of how to deal with that one. So I start with Sleep Powder again, and because I don't expect this to keep working, I stick with Razor Leaf hoping for a crit, and if I don't get the crit and I knock it in range, Frenzy Plant. But that didn't matter because, hey, I knocked it out. Walreign's next, and Walrein is the big one. I get hit by the Ice Beam because it's faster than me, which sucks. Now I'm at a loss for words. I need to get Toxic off. Pika is not fast enough, so I have to go Aerodactyl and go Supersonic. I get the Supersonic, get hit by the Surf, which is what I wanted, so now I can send out Pika. Hopefully he hits himself. He doesn't. Okay, that's not good. I've got, no, I can't even freeze it, can I? Right, gotta go Brick Break. Get hit by Surf with Poly. Brick Break does reasonable damage. This is probably my only best bet. If I get a crit, I might be able to knock it out. And no crit, but he didn't heal up, which means I can go for Dragon Rage and I can knock out the Walrein. And yep, Walrein's gone, which is good. Glalie is the next Pokemon, and Glalie is a bit of a bother, but even though Glalie does do somewhat good damage and slows down my speed, which means, yeah, I can set up a light screen, I'm now stuck with Dragon Rage. I got frozen, are you joking? I hate you so much. Right, well, I send out Snort. I probably can win this. I go for Strength, Light Screen wears off, get hit by an Ice Beam, go for Strength again and knock out the other Glalie. There's one more Glalie left. Belly Drum would be great, but what am I doing? Has Glalie got Levitate? Either it's got... No, it has not got Levitate, has it? I don't know what I'm doing here. I probably should go for Earthquake and at least test it. Oh no, that's not good. With the Hell on top of the... No! Oh, it's like... Right, I'm gonna look it up. I'm not gonna know whilst I'm recording the voiceover, but I'm gonna look it up and see whether or not he did have Levitate. If he didn't have Levitate, I'm an idiot. I probably should have checked. Right, final attempt. You know how it's gonna go. Sleep Powder on the Celia. That's a given. Razor Leaf, and if I get a okay, it woke up, but it went for Hell. They usually always set up the Hell, which is good for me, because since they set up the Hell, every time I use Sleep Powder and waste the Hell, when they wake up again, they go and set up another Hell, which, you know, helps me in the long run because I don't take any damage from their Ice Beam, which will one-shot me, and it wastes their potions in return. But yeah, I don't get hit, managed to knock out the first Celio. The only damage was chip damage from the Hell itself. I miss, Blizzard misses, which is good. I get another Sleep on Celio. I all honestly could have skipped this because I just realized this is the same as the last one, but again, I need to show that I actually won the battle. Otherwise, people could say, hey, you didn't win it, and I just lost Sword to Walrein. Well, I go for Aerodactyl and go for Supersonic again. This time, I'm hoping, since I didn't hit myself, when Pika comes out... Oh, please stay confused. Okay, Hyper Beam. Oh, you're kidding me. Actually, I then realized this is a lot better because I have two choices now. Dragon Rage or Brick Break. I go for Dragon Rage, he goes for Sheer Cold. Twice it misses, which is, you know, good for me because it's a 43% chance of hitting. And then I knock out the Walrein. Glalie is next, and I have now in a much better position because I still got Poliwrath with Brick Break. I go for Surf, hitting the Glalie, get hit by an Ice Beam, barely survive, uses the full restore, and that's fine, I expected it. I'm gonna lose Gara, but I now have Pika, Poly, and Snore. I'm gonna go with Pika, I don't think I'm faster, and yep, I'm not. Pika's kind of, you know, if I leveled him up, he'd probably be more useful because he would have the speed. But yeah, Brick Break does the damage I was hoping for, as long as I don't... Okay then. I got frozen and I defrosted same turn. Sweet. Yep, so now we've knocked out one Glalie, we'll knock out the next one. Yep, knocked out the other Glalie, and with that, Glacier is beaten, which means we can move on to Drake. And if we beat Drake, we've done it. We have done it. Drake is up, and he'll start with Shelgon, and I'll start with Saw. I'm going to be very honest with you. I have done multiple attempts. This is not the first one because they were so boring and bad. but this is what needs to happen. I need to go Saw and get Sleep Powder on Shelgon and then set up Belly Drum. Why? Because this is literally impossible otherwise. As you see, I go for the Belly Drum and then I go for Rest because I'm not going to win unless I have full health. In fact, I wish he stayed asleep, but something unique happened. He woke up and just used Protect, allowing me to knock out the Shelgon. It would have been better if I took no damage. However, this is just as good, because once the Shelgon's knocked out, I can knock out the Altaria and survive. Kingdra wasted its turn when it could have knocked me out by using Dragon Dance. I almost knock it out, get hit by a Body Slam, survive a range hit which I should have lost, and now I lose to the Flygon. Is all lost? I beg to differ. You see, I have 5 Pokemon here, and he's only got the 3 left. Or 2, one or the other. Point is, I go for Venusaur because Venusaur, even though it's running very low on PP as you just saw, I can survive a Flamethrower, which I know from a lot of experience. And then I go for Sleep Powder, Leech Seed. I'm not confident I'll be able to knock it out, so I stay in with Venusaur. And I'm just hoping I can gain back a lot of my health through Leech Seed damage. We go for Razor Leaf because it's neutral damage, and then he does something I wasn't expecting, and switches to Salamence. Usually I knock out the Flygon by now, which means I have, 2 Pokemon left to deal with. But because of that, I've got a Flygon sitting in the bank, and a Salamence to try and figure out how to get rid of straight away. I go Arrow, get the Supersonic off, which means it's time to go for Toxic. I hope, finally! Do you know how long it's been since Pikachu has had any showing? Sorry, Pika. I don't think he's had one good showing so far, but yep, my strat works. We got the Substitute off, Salamence keeps hitting itself. I go for the Thunderbolt once a Substitute's done. Actually, no. I picked the Volt Tackle, which might be a bad choice, we're not sure yet. I got a crit. I didn't even knock it out with the crit, the poison knocked it out. Okay, so Flygon's back out, it's still asleep, and I go for Toxic like an idiot. I really should have just went for Substitute, then used Toxic so that I had a chance of hitting it when it woke up. Now Poliwrath is facing it, gets hit, Ice Beam knocks it out, I beat Drake. Huh. Yeah. I know. And I'm not gonna lie, every attempt before that was just me stuck on the Shelgon and the Altaria. That's the reason I skipped it. I got one attempt further than that, but that was so boring that I was like, we'll just show you the winning. But yeah, now I'm gonna up all their PP back up, and we got the final attempt. Right, place your bets. Do you think I can beat Wallace with this team at this level? I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to show you. So, we start off with Saw against Wailord. And you know what I'm going to do? The same opening axe I use all the time. My magic trick, unlike Houdini's, is to put people to sleep. And I think I'm doing a good job with it. So Saw puts the Wailord to sleep and starts with the Leech Seed. Now I decide, because this is my first attempt by the way, I decide I'm going to go for Snore and go for the Belly Drum combo. But unfortunately he wakes up when I use Belly Drum, which means I took more damage than I was hoping, and then I get hit by a double edge, losing Saw. Snore? Saw. Alright, well that's not going to work. I need something to go right, and I need my Pokemon whilst I get rid of the Wailord. So I just go for a reset, and I start with the combo again. He wakes up and goes for Rain Dance, which isn't good, but it's better than being attacked by Blizzard, because he does have Blizzard. And then I get him to sleep again, and the Leech Seed takes its course. I have Frenzy Plant, and I know you're thinking I probably still haven't used it yet. But don't worry, I have a good Pokemon in mind for this, which is the reason why I have Frenzy Plant. And yes, with Wailord finally gone, we have a battle. Milotic. So, I get hit by the Ice Beam, and I do survive, thankfully. I did my maths and I was correct. I've survived, it's asleep, Leech Seed, because if it wakes up, Saw is gone. I don't think Saw can survive this, and hey, that's fine. As long as we get rid of Milotic, we have a chance here. I go for the Razor Leafs, I do good damage, heals up a bit, Leech Seed. This is where Frenzy Plant would be good, I get hit by another Ice Beam and I lose my Saw. But it's still got Leech Seed on, which means we have a chance here. I'm going for Aero and I go Supersonic. I miss and lose Aero. Great. Okay. I'm going to go for Snore because I know he's going to heal up, which means I can use Belly Drum and then go for Rest. So I use Belly Drum. Thanks to Leech Seed to get a tiny bit of HP back, so I'm alright. I went for Strength and it worked. I thought I'd pick Rest, but hey, it worked. Tentacruel's out now. And yeah, so we lost Snore again. So let me just skip that attempt because it wasn't going to go down well. So once again, I need these stuff to happen. This is just me showing you what needs to happen if I want to win. And it's next to impossible to get these odds. I have to get rid of Wailord, which I'll be honest, Wailord isn't that hard. My low tick is a debate because it can actually one-shot my Saw. Or it could just freeze and two-shot it like you just saw. Then I have to get Snore up whilst the Pokemon is asleep. And I have to hope Snore gets his Belly Drum and Rest off. And it's just unrealistic. I know I've knocked it out now, but with the amount of Pokemon I lost in return, it's insane to rely upon this. But we go for Earthquake on the Tentacruel. We knock it out. Ludicolo comes out. And that's where I made my mistake. I went Strength, I missed, he hit Surf, I lose Snore. If I just went for Rest, I could have won here. It's a debate, but I could have won. Ludicolo is using Double Team. Unless I get a freeze here and now, I have lost. And as you can see, I can't get the freeze in time. And Giga Drain just means all my Pokemon are gone. Pika ain't gonna survive. Garrett's just gonna heal him back up. And that was the furthest I got. So now you know what needs to happen. Oh, bear in mind Tentacruel's broken too. But now you know what needs to happen. Do you think this is possible? I realistically wanted to win at this level. And I'll be honest, it just requires too much RNG. But I thought to myself, we'll give it one more go. I spent a good 5 hours on this. And I'm not exaggerating, it was a good 5 hours. But this was the attempt, my final attempt at this level. Because you know I can win if I go higher. So let's just see what happened. We got rid of the Wailord, same way as always. We survive an Ice Beam. Now my low tick is hit with Leech Seed and we go for Razor Leaf and get a crit. It uses Citrus Berry straight away, which means we are going to knock it out thanks to the crit. And Leech Seed. Or, so I thought. Unfortunately she heals up, but I do go for another Sleep Powder, get it off, and I have enough HP coming back to the point I'm almost at full health. I have a debate if I should switch to Snore now, but I want my low tick gone. So I go for Razor Leaf, it's not doing a lot of damage as always, but it wakes up, hits me with an Ice Beam, I survive on 9 HP, I get a good range Ice Beam, which means she probably should heal up. I make the mistake and stay in. If I switch, I would have had Saw for later. And yeah, I go Aero for the Supersonic because I know my low tick is taken up with the Leech Seed. Ludicolo comes up rather than Tentacruel because I'm Aero. Now I go for Fly on the Ludicolo and I do some good damage. I don't know why you went Ludicolo and you have other Pokemon, but I'll take that. I mean, you had a Gyarados. Unfortunately, I do lose Aero, but I have Gara, and Gara goes for Dragon Rage, followed with a Hyper Beam to finish off Ludicolo. Now Tentacruel comes out and it goes for Sludge Bomb. Tentacruel is the bane in this challenge, because no matter how good a run gets, he always knocks out all my Pokemon because he does so much damage. He has Toxic as well, which he uses on Poli, and to be honest, I should have lost it. But I got a freeze, which means this is my one and only opportunity to get Belly Drum off with Rest. It will take anywhere between now to 6 turns or 5 being frozen. He defrosted a turn early, it was only 4, and I get the Earthquake off. It's a shame that he defrosted early because I would have had all my HP. Next up is Wish Cash and I go for Earthquake. I get hit by an earthquake, but mine was a crit, so I knock out a wish cash. This is good because there's only Gara left, and I go for strength. Unfortunately, I'm too slow and get knocked out. So now I've actually kind of lost because Poli needs to get a freeze or Pika's just gonna lose. He's too slow, he don't do enough damage. But then he does it. He uses Hyper Beam rather than Hydro Pump or anything else and lets Pikachu have a turn. I go Substitute thinking Toxic might be the next best thing. That was a mistake. And now I've lost my Substitution. I go Volt Tackle. Volt Tackle gets a crit and I knock out the Gyarados. I'll be honest, if I didn't get the crit, I probably would have lost that. And you might be wondering why I'm just frozen. It's because I was in shock. I spent so long, so many attempts trying to win. And finally, I won because of a crit at the end with Pika. Pika got the win. I wasn't expecting it. I honestly thought I had lost. And Volt Tackle, the move that I put on, if I put Thunder on, if I used Thunderbolt, I probably would have lost. So yeah. The answer to that challenge, can you beat Pokemon Emerald with Red's manga team at level 50 and lower? You most definitely can. You can win it at level 45 and lower. You can win it at level 43 and lower. And I think that just shows that Red is the boss. He is the best Pokemon manga trainer. So, now that we're done and my whole team gets to go in the Hall of Fame, we have some more challenges to do. We have the rest of the Pokemon manga trainers. And I have been working through them. So this is how it's going to go. The next one we're going to do is Blue. Then we're going to jump to Gold, Silver, and Crystal. And that will do all of the trainers because out of the first gen, you know, there's only Blue and Red. Yeah, there's only Blue and Red and no one else. Definitely no one else. Oh, sweet Arceus. Right, so that's to wrap up the video. I thank you all very much for watching. I am sorry it took a long time. I am very bad with my schedule, but if you enjoyed it, you know, let me just say my motto and end it. This video is long enough. I want a drink. If you like my content, don't be a stranger. Drop me a like and subscribe. If you hate my content, don't be shy. The dislikes only by the side. Comments, ladies and gents. And until next time, goodbye.